don't need a high-end designer or a lot of money to get a luxe look. Be your own interior designer.
This is Affordable Interior Design, the podcast.
Here's your host, Betsy Helmuth.
My first question comes from Folsom, California, and it's from Laura. Laura writes, "Hi, Betsy. I really enjoy listening to your podcast, and I have your book, Affordable Interior Design. The question is, can you offer an alternative to brightening up the house with lighter colors that everyone else isn't using? I tend to not want to be trendy. I don't want to have the same colors as everyone else. For example, I don't want all white walls, gray tile, etc. My house is currently warmer. It has tan walls and warm colors. It's hard to see in the picture I've provided, but the floor is terracotta tiles, which can be limiting. Thanks for your advice." Guys, if you want to see Laura's pictures, you can either head over to our podcast page at affordableinteriordesign.com/podcast, or you can go to our YouTube channel, Affordable Interior Design, and you can see the images from the questions today. All right, Laura. So I don't worry about trendy color palettes. I don't worry about it. What's in today is out tomorrow. More importantly, what I like today is going to change tomorrow. So the key is that you start with that foundation of neutrals, which you have already done with your tan walls. And then you find that inspiration piece, right? Whether it's a piece of art, drapery panels, prominently placed pillows, or a nice patterned rug. It needs to have 3 ROY G BIV colors or more. And then you pull those colors out and use them in different doses. So let's just say the rug had a ton of colors, and that was your inspiration piece. You're going to pull out cherry red, stoplight yellow, and apple green. And those are going to be their accent colors, the color palette that you're going to be using for your room. But you'll use that 60-30-10 rule so that you'll use them in different doses. That is exactly what I have in my home. I actually have a painting as an inspiration piece instead of the rug, but those are my 3 accent colors. However, I realized the other day when I was taking an online class with Benjamin Moore, learning more about their latest paint lines, etc., that I have really bright colors that create a lot of energy, not the light colors you're referring to. So sometimes when I get home, I have a hard time relaxing, or my kids, when their friends are over, are acting really frenetic. And I didn't even think that maybe my colors are inspiring that level of activity. Maybe if I did something lighter or more muted, like you're referencing, it would allow me to relax a little bit more easily, and it would calm my children down. What do we think? So I really like the way you're thinking, Laura. But as I mentioned, colors are popular one day and not popular the next. And the color palette of colors available doesn't really change, right? It's already quite extensive. It's just which ones you pull from that inspiration piece. And the more colors your inspiration piece has in it, the more you'll have to choose from as you decide, hey, I'm going to swap out those pillows and I'm going to bring in, like I just did, I swapped out the apple green and brought in some navy to bring it all down and kind of ground that color palette. And I swapped out a vase that's on top of the piano, and it used to be a brightly colored red vase. I want to tone everything down. Again, I brought in that touch of navy. So now navy is my 20% in the room, and I've still got some red, and I've still got that beautiful yellow. So hopefully that's given you some context. That being said, I work with so many clients. You know, at my firm, we take 40 clients or more every month, and I take a fraction of those. So I definitely see colors that I like to use, and I definitely see clients being drawn to colors that are what one would call trendy. So here's a list of some trendy colors that I've been seeing a lot that maybe I'm ready to start phasing out a little bit. One of them is blush. Blush has been really popular for 6 to 8 years now. And I think it's just getting a little played out. It's really ubiquitous, and it's kind of in alignment with peach in terms of these really pale, warm colors that I also don't think would look very good with your terracotta tiles or your tan walls. It might be almost too close in tone, having another light, warm color associated with the room. The other color that I think has played out and has been played out for about 10 years, but I'm in love with it. It's my favorite color. Teal. Teal is through. Stop using teal. I, meanwhile, have teal in my office. I'm just rebranding and getting a totally new logo, which will be revealed later this month. And it prominently features teal because I just can't let it go. But just to let you know, that is a trendy color that I think is phasing out. I also think emerald green is a flash in the pan. So it's been popular for about 2 years now, and I do think it's going to have a lifespan that ends relatively soon. It's a beautiful jewel tone, so of course it's always classic, it's always going to be around, but I think we'll be seeing less of it. Also, another color you heard me mention, navy. Yes, I just incorporated navy in my living room, but I think that people have been using navy in a combo with the blush that's getting a little bit exhausting. They've been using navy in a combo with the emerald, which I think is a little played out right now. So let's talk about some other combos that I'm not really into. Blue and yellow. I must say, I've relied on blue and yellow a lot. They're complementary colors, so they create a lot of beautiful energy. Or actually, blue and yellow are not complementary colors, blue and orange. It's purple and yellow, excuse me. But they do create a lot of energy. You know, the most popular color in the Western Hemisphere is blue. So my clients want to use it all the time. And when I tell them I would like to mix it with a warmer color, they're afraid of red. Orange is divisive. Purple, not for everyone. So people feel really safe bringing in yellow. And yellow with blue, I think, is getting played out, especially teal and yellow. So do I still do it? Yes. Did I just design a teal and yellow living room last week? Yes. The clients love that combination, and it still can be very fresh and relevant. But I think it's a little played out. Also, navy and blush, you heard me mention, and I said emerald and navy, but also emerald and mustard. I'm getting a little tired of emerald and mustard. I don't know about you. So those are my personal feelings, but my real personal feeling is that everything new is old again, and colors are not trends. Colors are staples. Other things could be trendy, like types of materials or styles. Colors, timeless. There we go, Laura. That's my 2 cents. A big thank you to Aton and the Embassy, who wrote our theme song. A shout out to Catherine Heller, who owns the podcast shop and is our editor extraordinaire. We also want to thank Ginny Sunasan and her team at the Savvy Podcast Agency for their help with our social, our YouTube channel, and so much more. We also want to thank Uploft, which is our parent company who supports this podcast. And lastly, we owe a huge debt of gratitude to you. Thank you so much for tuning in and for all your support.